This is interesting. Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. So, I haven't really gotten into the whole Hogwarts Legacy thing. But when it comes to entertainment, and especially things like hypocrisy, I tend to take an interest so that I can call it out, because this sort of thing delves into the insanity that is currently perverting our culture. So, from what I understand, Hogwarts Legacy, from the transgender community, the LGBTQ, specifically the transgender community, or at least a part of the transgender community that are absolutely delusional psychopaths, think that this game is somehow going to be responsible for the transgender community's genocide. So, this mocap technician who was a part of Hogwarts Legacy is basically trying to say, I'm an ally, so I'm not going to buy this game. But he took part in helping to create this game. And he actually tries to justify his own hypocrisy. So let's get into this. This is quite an interesting article. Shout out to Bounding Into Comics and Ryan Pearson, who is the author of this article. So yeah, mocap technician who worked on Hogwarts Legacy says he won't be buying the game, just shy of yet another voice calling out for a boycott, because it is the least I could do as an ally. Anyway, Parker Hatzler took to Twitter to make sure the world knew where he stood. My place in the Hogwarts Legacy credits. The second high-budget game I've been credited in. I was the real-time technician on shoot floor helping mocap actors see their rigs in the environments. I will not be purchasing the game. It is the least I can do as an ally. Sure enough, Hatzler is listed in Hogwarts Legacy's credits as one of the 21 Beyond Capture employees who worked on mocap production as an outsourcing partner. Trans people do not deserve to have people like J.K. Rowling grow and prosper. Any ammunition to the wrong side is damage to a society I would otherwise wish to see in the future. One where people are not discriminated against for their gender, sexuality, or any piece of their identity. Well, here's the thing. From what I saw from videos and other stuff, there's a freaking transgender witch in this game. And apparently this transgender witch is also a lesbian. And this game takes place in 1890. It's kind of weird. But, yeah, this game is somehow a weapon of genocide against the transgender community. Whatever. But as for those of you who don't know, J.K. Rowling all she simply said was only women can menstruate. I mean, she's as big of an SJW as anybody else who is in the entertainment racket. Most of them, anyway. But they seemed to not like what she had to say when she took a stand where women who are actually, real women who are actually kind of being shoved to the back burner to make way for trans women who are biological males. Sorry, but that is a fact. They are biological males who are trying to make themselves female. I'm sorry, but the way that genetics work, and DNA works, and chromosomes and stuff, that's not exactly how it works. I mean, you can have all the gender dysphoria you want and try to claim that, I felt like this as a kid, but the only way that you would have felt like that as a kid was if somebody pushed you to it. Sorry, somebody must have put that shit in your mind. Those are my personal thoughts. But anyway, and always I'm expecting a slew of people to jump out of the woodwork with, well, I don't care, I'm going to buy the game. Please save yourself the breath. So far, most of you, I have taken one peek at your account and seen you either follow J.K. Rowling or you're right wing. And what does being right wing have to do with anything? This isn't political. This is identity political. Political is where it's strictly politics. Identity political is where it's a back and forth between stupidity about gender identity, race, and other stuff that are identification triggers for people. But anyway, let's get into it. He then concluded that tweet with the flipping off emoji. Also, to people calling me hypocritical for not refusing to work on this game in my own way, please realize you cannot speak for me or my financial situation or the way that my mocap companies operate. Had I not shown up for work, I would have been promptly fired and homeless soon. Well, apparently that job is not helping you keep the lights on, is it? So or maybe you should seek a better paying job. But also, if you are a trans ally and the transgender community, or rather the people who think they speak for all of the transgender community, if they have declared this game an enemy of the trans community or a weapon of genocide against the transgender community, those are some of the loaded terms they're using, by the way. Well, you took part in the making of this movie or game and you made money on it. So in essence, that does make you a hypocrite. Just pointing that out. Some users have felt this was not sufficient, as others still noted has their job committed to something that made Rowling money. He reiterated, it was my first job in the industry, and I had no influence that clients of the studio decided to bring in. If I did have that kind of leverage or held any form of seniority, I would have been an advocate against picking it up. When questioned how it was his first job in the industry, but the second game he was credited for, he tweeted, "This comes from mocap culture, since they can literally work on as many as 6 or more AAA titles over the course of a year. This is commonplace for mocap, since clients will book a set amount of days to create animation, and mocap actors and shoot crews is pretty expensive." That doesn't answer shit, man. He also claimed he didn't receive a free copy of the game. Outsourcing teams actually aren't given free game copies all the time. Part of it could be since I left before the game was properly nearing release, but only clients we worked with in excess seem to gift game copies, like if they book a ton of shoots and then spend lots of money. He would then go on to respond to a user thanking him. "I'm sad to see that you feel like you have to try to satisfy unsatisfiable people, but you're such a good person for trying. I appreciate your contributions." I'm not even going to try pronouncing that name. So far, the only people unsatisfied and triggered have been cis people. Well, there's a slur in itself. People telling me I'm not an ally for working on the game. But anyway, Hogwarts Legacy has been subject to an attempted boycott by some, continuing attempts to cancel J.K. Rowling since 2020. Pro-transgender activists took offense to her comments on biological sex being real, and her rejection of phrases like people who menstruate instead of women. Well, I'm sorry, folks. As a person who grew up around women in my family and who also knows actual biology, only women can menstruate. Biological women menstruate. That's part of their natural biological function. Men who think they're women cannot menstruate. That's because they're biologically geared as men. Their internal makeup is male. It's just how it is, folks. You don't like it? I'm sorry. I'm not here to tell your truth, my truth, his truth, that truth. I'm here to tell the truth. If you find the truth disturbing, well, facts don't care about your feelings. Sorry, but that is a statement that is also true. So, despite trying to spread false claims, the game being anti-Semitic and harassing streamers, and the game broke Twitch's record for having the most live viewers for a single-player game, and took Stream's top 4 slots for weekly top sellers the week the game launched. pre-orders and launch copies being counted separately along the normal of the deluxe, or along with the normal and deluxe editions. So that's the end of the article. So yeah, this guy's basically saying, I'm a trans ally, so I'm not gonna buy this game that I worked on and put human hours into helping to create this game that the transgender community is gonna see as a weapon of genocide against them. Yeah. That is how a lot of these people who are delusional, not every transgender person, mind you, I am saying the ones that are saying that this is a weapon of genocide, those are the delusional ones. I just want to clarify. Those delusional people do not care. You took part in creating this game that is somehow a weapon against them. I would like to know how this game, what? Is this game going to suddenly sprout arms or appendages and somehow have the ability to shoot laser beams or death curses or whatever? What? Is it just going to float in front of a person and say, you're trans, Avada Kedavra? How is this game a weapon against the trans community? I would love to hear somebody try to explain this to me, because honestly, anybody who attempts to make a legitimate claim to this, well, I hope that you get the help you desperately need. Anyway, folks, that's going to be the video. Y'all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think of this insanity surrounding Hogwarts Legacy? Do you agree with this guy? Do you agree with the radical transgender movement saying that this is some sort of genocidal weapon against them? What do you think? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below, folks. This has been Orange Chat Reviews. Stay humble.